Well, hello, my soul friends. I am live. So good to be alive, isn't it? So good to be alive, right? All right. Well, it's another spontaneous live. I don't know if anyone's going to show up. If you do, put your questions in the chat box. I'm open to any questions right now. I'm very open today. Anyway, welcome to the Soul Nurture channel. I am Victoria. I am the soul nurturer at this time. I have this grand vision of training and supporting other people who are called to the type of work that I do to become soul nurturers as well. But that's coming. Anyway, if this is your first time visiting my channel where I discuss all things soul, uh, my intention is to help us connect more deeply to soul guidance, soul wisdom, through our dreams, through our sacred awareness, through our illuminated awareness. Another term that has been coming up a lot in my sessions, because that's really what we're doing here, illuminating the path before us, connecting into our soul wisdom, our soul potential and possibilities. And that's the work that I do. So click on, after I do the live, I'm going to put my website in the description if you'd like to learn more about my work. Click on the testimonials. That'll tell you everything. Okay. So I had intended, oh wait, did I do the subscribe yet? No, I don't. Did I? I don't know. It's been a long day. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Like this video if you feel called, and comment. I love comments. And a lot of you find your way to my email, which is fine. I understand. Sometimes I'm like, do I want to comment on somebody's channel? And I try to, because I love receiving comments. So I try to comment wherever possible. But if you are a little bit more private, you can email me at thesoulnurturer@gmail.com. Okay. All right. Commercial over. Anyway, I was going to make a joke as I was starting because I normally have my hair down, but it's really a hot summer day in the Pacific Northwest where I am, which is glorious. Love the weather. So I've had my hair up all day, and normally I pull my hair down for these videos, and it's such a habit. We're going to be talking about breaking free of those conditioned habits today. But I left it up. My joke is I'm normally 5'4", but with the top bun, I'm 5'7". Well, maybe 5'6". I don't know. I just cut 7 inches off my hair a few months ago, and it would be like an inch higher normally. Anyway, before I get into my topics, I want to know how you're doing. Truly, I want this channel to be a place where you can come, take a breath, take a pause, connect with your heart, connect with your soul, and have get real with yourself and the human experience, but with compassion, with acceptance, and with unconditional love from your soul awareness. So, what's been happening with you? How have you been feeling? Some of you I know watch the new and the full moon. We just moved through a full moon in Capricorn 3 days ago. And so we're pretty much out of that right now. It's, I think the potency of that is just before, and even though it is said 3 days before, 3 days after, I personally feel it mostly the day before, the day of, and the day after. By that time, as we're moving towards an aspect like that, a lunation cycle of a full moon, it's like, a lot of people like to do full moon rituals. I think like get into the feeling of what it's feeling like for you, and then let your intention come forward. Notice what is wanting to be healed. Okay, I keep having this image of a wave. So when a full moon or a new moon is coming, you want to be in the water with your surfboard ready as the wave starts to rise so you can catch that wave. If you get in the water after the swell is like the ocean's flat, you're not going to surf with the possibilities. There we go. I guess that's what that means. So the optimum time is day before, day of, or day after. So, but then again, I also believe anytime we feel called to either set intention, which is what we do with the new moons, or release, have a checkpoint of where we are, what's in the way of our way, like we would do with a full moon. Anytime you feel called. Remember, you are the expert of you. Folks like me on YouTube channels, there are a lot of us. It's just our well, for me, I'll just speak for me, is our soul expression coming through with, in particular, my soul purpose and outreaching to other souls. But it's still my opinion, even though I try to be in a clear space of connection with all of you through meditation, through prayer work. It's still my opinion. And ultimately, again, you're the expert of you. So I hope something I say resonates with your wisdom where you feel like, I've been thinking that. This is the nudge I need. Maybe it's just the soul nudge, right? So I'm calling these live visits soul musing time. I used to have a blog called Soul Musings where I just wrote about whatever came to my mind that felt important for me to review and my individual experience to share with the collective. So this is Soul Musing, and I have a few topics here tonight. My neighbor is mowing, and hopefully she doesn't get too close to where I'm recording. And maybe you don't hear it, and nobody's here with me now anyway, but you'll hear it on the replay. It does look like two people are with me, but I don't see any people in the chat. I'm going to click on this. I've never seen this before. Two people maybe popped by. If you click on stop, stay with me for a little bit. Here are my topics. I wanted to come on live on the 4th of July. I don't necessarily celebrate that holiday, not for any political reasons or anything, but for personal reasons. And I don't like fireworks. I think I'm a sensitive soul and I feel, my heart goes out to all the animals, everybody with PTSD, especially our vets. And I'm just like, why? Um, so I was going to come on the 4th of July to talk about how I like to utilize that particular holiday as a transformational soul guide, as a hypnotherapist, as a dream worker, as a spiritual director. So many other trainings and whatever. I'm just here to support, here to walk alongside of my clients and those who I connect with. I'm hearing this as a soul cheerleader, like as an encourager. How many of us need that, right? Especially if you didn't grow up with that. If there's a real need to have that positive mirror reflect back your potential. So that is ultimately a role, a positive mirror. So, but I wanted to come on because what I often say on the 4th of July is claim it as your Independence Day. What do you want to declare freedom from? And again, this doesn't happen to happen on the 4th. It happens whenever you feel called, whenever you feel like you're really facing yourself in the mirror and going, gosh, I got to be honest. Like being with the best friend and you really want to compassionately encourage or give your best friend some loving from the heart. I mean well with this. I just want to support you, my sister. That kind of connection with yourself. And you look in the mirror and you go, here's the truth. I've been waiting for everyone else to change. I've been waiting for this, waiting for that. And then I'm going to get it together. Or take better care of myself, or do whatever the thing is you're called to, but you're waiting on the external, you're waiting on people, you're waiting on your job, you're waiting on winning the lottery, you're waiting on all these things, when the person you face in the mirror is the one that you need to no longer wait for, but embrace and be real with. So that may look like, for me, I've done really good with this, but can do better with completely changing my diet. My body is in charge. I finally said, okay, I'm listening. What, not on a diet, not on somebody else's opinion of what I should be doing, but listening to my body, which I think is the best place to connect to your soul wisdom. Listen to your body. So like I eliminated dairy, which was hard at first, not so much. I eliminated a lot of sweets and extra. I used to eat cake and things like that, and I haven't for years, but still every once in a while, a good craving comes along. And occasionally I will slip, and then my body will remind me that does not work for you anymore. And I've gotten really good about having, I think if you've listened to some of my other videos, I always say put yourself first on your schedule for the day. If it's 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or an hour if you have it, to do something that takes care of the person in the mirror, offers yourself some compassionate time for you, or helps you fill your well so that when you're out in the world doing your work or doing whatever you do, being a mom, tending to your kids, whatever it is you do in the world, you're giving from the overflow, or at least you're not draining yourself in the service. Okay. So for me, I go for a bike ride pretty much every day before I start my work day. There are some times when I'm not, I miss a day of starting first thing in the morning. So what do we do when we miss a day of what we intended to do? We start again the next day. Okay. And for this, putting yourself first on your schedule, literally write this in your calendar. Okay. Or send it in your, put it on your electronic calendar so you get a little 5-minute reminder, self-care time or soul care time. If you need that distinction, go to my other video on that. Okay. So what do you want to declare independence from? And let me say more about that. Independence from old conditioning, old beliefs, or old patterns, or any patterns. There may be new patterns that have shown up and you're like, I've never really done this before. I never used to drink this much. I never used to eat this much. I never used to be so negative, which is, usually our patterns are with us for a long time, but perhaps you're paying more attention and you're getting real. So here's how you get real. Who do I desire to be? What's my highest potential? What's my highest vision? What do I want to do? And are my beliefs and my patterns supporting that, empowering that? If not, then you're hurting and hindering yourself instead of helping yourself. So getting real just looks like, okay, yeah, oh, here's how. Okay. Getting lots of information. When you're out of integrity with yourself. You feel it. Maybe you feel a little guilt. Maybe you feel a little shame. Remember, guilt is I'm doing something wrong. Shame is there's something wrong with me. They get awakened around, when we're out of integrity with our soul potential, with who we say we are and who we desire to be. So this is a good time to say, I declare, and you can put this in the comments whenever you watch this, if it's on the day I'm recording it on 7/6, or anytime you watch this video, write it in the comments. I declare freedom from. What is it? What do you want to declare freedom from? And then what will it look like? What's the end goal? What's the vision? For me, so back to the food thing, I want to step it up more. I want to get back to juicing. I used to juice all the time. I do a smoothie every morning, but juicing, especially in the summer, is so good for my body. So I declare, maybe you can say it with a Southern accent, I declare that I am going to put better fuel in my body. In fact, I'm thinking about doing a 21-day reset, which I went through a training in California years ago with this wonderful, program. I'm blanking on the name because it's been so long, but I think it's called 21-day reset. It's a vegan-based simple cleanse. I should put it in the description because I want to give credit to these people that I think they're still in practice. I learned this about 25 years ago. And that is a simple cleanse. The first week, you just cut out all intoxicants. You cut out caffeine, alcohol, and dairy and meat. And I think that's it. Anything that may be contaminating your body or clogging your body. And that's it the first week. Just very simple vegan plant-based foods. Second week, you do this drink they call the energy drink, which is, let's see if I can remember, it's been a while, half an avocado, half an apple, half a lemon, and a garlic, and some sea kelp. So Dulce, I think that's it. Dulce sea kelp. It's been a while, but I'm ready. I'm really feeling it's the right time to do a cleanse. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So this is a 3-week thing. You're kind of like slowly eliminating foods, and then you're putting your foods in a blender or Vitamix, and you're pureeing it for the last week. doing the energy drink, drinking more water, of course, and 1 day of water fasting. So that's what I declare. I want to put better high octane food in my body, but first I want to give my body a rest. I want to put in some more nourishing ingredients, nutrient dense ingredients. Okay, that's me. How about you? Okay, so that was one. Number two, as I'm recording this, the moon is in Pisces, but anytime is a good time to do dream work. I love dream work. But I was on my bike ride this morning, and I have the saying about when you have regrets, it's your soul inviting you to a reset. It's your soul reminding you when you have regrets that you have not fulfilled the promise of your soul, the promise of your soul potential. So I call it reset regrets. And on the bike ride, I was thinking how wonderful dream work is to do that. Why? Because there's many reasons why we dream, but one of them, I believe, is that our soul is showing us not only some aspect of the dream is something we desire, but then there's also the where are you with your conditioned beliefs that's preventing you from having that desire? What fears are in the unconscious that are shrouding the potential? And so it's a way to kind of go, okay, this is what I've been desiring, and my dream is showing me this. And if you can capture where is it connected to a regret, then you get creative and you can do some visioning about what would it look to reset that regret. Now, I know some things seem like I can't reset it. There's never, that moment will never come again. That opportunity will never come again. And I'm going to be transparent because this is me talking to me. I've been having a lot of dreams lately about, when I was younger, I was pursuing acting. And when I was pursuing it, it was before I had done my inner work and my soul work. And I was super, super insecure. I was a beautiful young woman with a desire to be an actress, but inside I had the worst self-image ever. And even though I loved acting, I'd get sent on auditions that I wanted to be a character actor. I wanted to be like Meryl Streep. And I would get sent on these roles where they wanted nudity. They wanted, all the femme fatale. I was just like, it's not me. And I was super insecure and I didn't have a voice. And I think my last audition was a nightmare. It was so degrading. They had us all audition in front of each other in the same room. And it was degrading and horrible. And I quit that day. I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. And yeah. And so present time, I'm a lot older now. I haven't thought about acting for a long time. Maybe doing these videos might have unconsciously brought that familiarity of, oh yeah, acting, even though I'm not acting. This is me. Ask anyone that knows me. This is pretty much me. But I've been having reoccurring dreams. Remember, reoccurring dream is when your psyche really wants you to get the message, really wants you to take some action on behalf of your soul, to listen. And the most recent one, they're good dreams. They're like amazing dreams. Like one of the recent ones. Oh yeah, okay. And I kind of know why I had this dream. I've sat with this for a little bit. There's a young woman I follow on Instagram who's so hysterical. Her name is Dana Moon. Go follow her if you haven't. I've shared a few of her videos. Anyway, she's hysterical. And she reminds me of a younger me. She really does. But she has way more confidence and way more talent than I think I had. She reminds me of a young Carol Burnett. Super great impersonator. Super funny too. Anyway, I think maybe because I watch her videos and I'm just like, good for her. Go girl. And yet I didn't have anyone to do that for me. when I was younger and pursuing acting, and I didn't know how to do it for me. So I think these dreams are coming for that. So the dream is why I connected to Dana, because I've told her, you need to be on SNL. Like, somebody needs to get you on SNL, like right now. Um, so my dream, I'm in a huge room auditioning, and it's for SNL. And I'm just there in the auditorium, like, this is fun. I'm so excited to be here. I wasn't my current age. So this is another clue of unfulfilled potential if you're dreaming of yourself a lot younger. So there I am, super confident, super chill, super excited just to be there. It was pretty much like, I just want to have fun, which is how we need to do life in general, without expectations, without fear, without, like, yeah, it's got to be a certain way. Show up with an open heart, have fun. I mean, really, life is kind of like our own movie unfolding. We're the stars of our shows. How's your main character? Is she having fun? Is he having fun? Is he in, have you given your lead character permission to be themselves? That's what I think of life, a movie. Anyway, so in the dream, I am, just like having a blast. And they call me up and I do my audition. I'm just being silly. And I used to be more silly than I am now. I mean, I'm pretty silly, but like in my 20s, I was a goofball and I love to make people laugh. So that's who I was in the dream. And I've got everybody laughing. I sit down. No sooner do I sit down than this producer, director kind of guy stands up at the front and he goes, we already have a decision. We're going to just stop the auditions right now. And he calls my name out. But the interesting thing is, when I was a kid, I'm Victoria, but when I was little, I was called Vicky. I never liked that name. I used to get teased about that name, and you can imagine kids rhyming and teasing what might come out of that. So I'd always stomp my feet and say, my name is Victoria. I'm Victoria. I'm not Vicky. But in the dream, he called out my name, Vicky Jaswick. So that informed a lot more. I'm not going to get into my analysis of my dream, but there I was, and then boom, I'm in the dream. They take me to a wardrobe. They get me outfitted. They are about to. They're having me film my intro, as they do in SNL, like, this is so and so, and then they're doing something, and their name flashes. Well, that was happening for me in the dream. It goes on. It's this fabulous dream of me being on SNL. So I woke up and I was full of joy. And then I felt the regret. I was like, oh, gosh, why didn't I know to, get into therapy sooner? Take a look at my fears, take a look at my self-esteem and do something. Well, as we have to give ourselves grace, I was doing the best I could without any support. And no positive mirror to say to me, you can do this, get some inner support. So I gave up. And I'm not, nor do I have any desire, well, maybe a little, to go back to Hollywood and try to audition and be sent out on the, pretty much like the old lady characters right now. I mean, I'm up that hill, and I don't really have that desire. But I do have a desire to reset a regret that still obviously is living in me. So then to get creative, what does that look like? To reset the regret of no longer being an actress. So I also have a desire to teach improv to get back to that. So that's one way to meet the need. I could do plays in my neighborhood, in my community, but I really love the work I do, and I find the creative flow in the work I do with my clients and my writing and even these videos. So, but the point is, connect to what the regret is in your dream. If you're younger, what was it you were desiring to do? What did you want to do? And now be creative and ask, how can I meet that need now, present time, right? And so even as I'm saying this, I'm like, I could do some more fun things with my YouTube channel. It's a platform. I've got 800 something followers and viewers, or whatever. I don't like followers, viewers. And thank you. Thank you for the gift of your subscription. And when I say I'm still unfolding this. Hey, I'm a Capricorn rising with Saturn in my first house. It takes me a while to unfold things. So, no flash in the pan here. I'm going to continue to slowly and methodically figure out what wants to come through me on this channel and how to serve others while serving my own potential. So, that I just wanted to share that resetting a regret. You can do that just through your conscious awareness. When you feel envious of someone and you feel some regret, to ask yourself, what is it I'm regretting? What did I wish for that I didn't have what I needed to go for? I didn't have the courage, the confidence, or the financial means, or whatever it was. And then how can I meet that need today? And you might journal about it, stream of consciousness, make a list, do a mind map. I was teaching a client about mind mapping the other day. So mind mapping, to say it quickly and succinctly, you just put your desire in a circle on a whiteboard or a piece of paper, like say, reclaim my full expression, or um, reset the energy around being an actress, and put that in the bubble. And then I start heart storming or soul storming or mind mapping. And you just write a line out and put like YouTube channel or improv, and you let your soul awareness expand to other possibilities you haven't considered because maybe you just are stuck on the way you thought it had to look or the way it had to be. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, last thing, this came to me on my bike ride too. I was getting all kinds of goodies on my bike ride today. So maybe you're like me, where you're sensitive, you're an empath, you watch the news and you're devastated. I don't watch the news. I check in, like, what do I need to know for my prayer report? And I do have a ritual that I do, and I've shared that often on these videos. At the end of the night, I light a candle. I say, okay, God, I'm surrendering everything that I'm carrying, that my awareness called in for a need. Somebody has a need. Somebody, out there is hurting. There's, praying for the animals on 4th of July, and those with PTSD. So I'm surrendering this to you, God. This is my nightly ritual. That old saying, give it to God. God's going to be up all night anyway. So light a candle. I notice in my body, or I'm in a bath and I'm like, where am I carrying? What am I carrying? Who did I say I would pray for? What is concerning me? What is concerning me about the world? And then I blow the candle out, or I pull the drain in the bathtub and let it drain away. And then I give thanks. Thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you, universe, for taking care of all that concerns me and all the people out there that need support. But today, a new way arrived. And that is, sorry, I looked at my chat. I thought I had a message, but I don't. Where are you people? Are you outside enjoying the beautiful summer night like I need to be doing? Good for you. Anyway, it was on my heart to connect with you though. So, okay, I didn't understand it. This is what happens. I get these little drop-ins, drop downloads, or inspired moments, and I have to go, what does that even mean? And then I sit with it, and then I find, oh, I get it. And it was a visual that was kind of disturbing at first because, quite frankly, when I heard the words and I saw a visual, it looked like a nuclear blast. It was like just energy. I was like, what is this about? So I'm calling it, or this is how it came, a blessing blast. What in the world is that? Here's what it is. 2 ways you can do this. When you're feeling so dismayed by the world, discouraged, loss of hope, ask, what would the highest possibility of the shared world that we live in, the shared earth that we share, shared, keep saying shared, the earth, the shared home of the earth. Whatever your political leanings are, I do invite you to think beyond a narrow focus to a higher possibility, a higher focus, a sacred awareness that is inclusive and not divisive. So it could just look like, oh, they're so so many people I'm thinking about in the world. So you focus in on your heart space and you think, what would I like to send out to the world for my contribution, for healing, or transformation? What's the, I call it soul medicine, the remedy, the healing remedy for what I'm witnessing? Maybe it's just peace. Maybe it's just unconditional love. Maybe it's healing. Maybe it's support. Maybe it's higher perspective or collective awakening. And you just focus on that energy in your heart. What does that feel like? What does that look like? But mostly the feeling. Oh, it feels so, there's so much peace. There's so much love. There's people that are waking up and to their true natures, to their higher potential, to our higher potential. And you get it nice and just big. And maybe you have a color with it and you just build it, build it, build it through you first, through all your body, every cell of your body, building, building, building. And then take a deep breath and blast it out, send it out. I know it sounds maybe kooky. I don't know. It's what came to me. I think it's cool. Tell me what you think. So blast it out. Imagine it just going out like the ripples of energy, permeating all that you would like to outreach to those you love, to your family, to your friends, or all the way out to everyone in the world beyond this universe, right? Everywhere. That's one way. The second way, which I think is more a deeper spiritual practice, is you focus on what you've been desiring. And you focus on what you need. And you focus on where you feel stuck and what beliefs you're feeling. And then you go in, you can close your eyes, go into your heart space, and imagine the opposite. You thriving. It's like, okay, so there's thriving energy. Oh, that my financial needs are met. I'm healthy. I'm full of vitality. I have the power of choice in where I want to live, what I want to do, whatever you expand again. All that you're praying for and desiring for you, you fill up your body with it and thank God, thank the universe in advance, but then you send that potential out to everyone as well. This highest good for myself and everyone, including others in the prayer that you're praying for yourself, I think is the ultimate way to do this. Not to skip over yourself, but to include others. And may this be true for everyone else. Or may this be true for everyone who needs the same thing. And just send a blessing blast out. All right. I'm at my time. And I didn't have anybody join me, and that's okay. I have some likes. Hey, okay. Somebody stopped by. And I wish you weren't so shy, but you were, and that's okay. I honor that. Maybe you'll send me an email. Or maybe you'll visit my website at www.victoriajazwick.com. I am still offering for a little while, I think probably through the summer, and then September, not so much. The 20-minute consultations, a free peek at your soul chart, or 20 minutes to talk about where you're at and how I can be a soul. Hi, babe. My husband showed up. All right. Brownie points for you. Gold star, big hug, lots of love. Where was I saying now? Oh, okay. I forgot what I was saying, babe. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Go to my website, the 20-minute consultations. I love just that brief time with someone to just say, hey, tell me what's going on with you. Here's what I have to offer you. And they get a sense of my work. And they also, even in 20 minutes, get reignited in their potential. And what I love to do, again, it's that soul encourager, soul cheerleader, to say, I see you. And I help people see themselves and their potential. So 20-minute consultation still going on. So sign up for that. Or I just had someone that it looked like she was signing up for a 20-minute consultation today. And she said, no, actually, I want to just book a session. Even better. You're worthy of that. Book a session. Last thing I'll leave you with is a little affirmative prayer that came to me this morning. Think about what you desire, what you're really wanting, and just repeat this. I'm ready, I'm worthy, and I'm willing. May it be so. Okay. All my love to you. Thanks for spending time with me, babe. Or whenever you watch this video, Please do comment. Again, subscribe, like if you haven't yet. Okay. Peace and blessings, and take good care of yourself and all that beautiful potential that you and only you have access to. All right. See you next time. Bye-bye.